we know you're a good hitter. We know you're a good catcher, but we didn't know you as a shoe designer. Now, how did that happen?
I don't know how that happened, but yeah, I think they turned out pretty good.
Oh, they turned out very comfortable.
We definitely had to go with the Phillies colors,
right?
You know, red and blue, and yeah, they came out great, so I'm pretty excited about it.
Now, what do you feel is the feature of the shoe for you? Because it's a training shoe, right?
It is, yeah. Actually, it's pretty much the same shoe I use off the field, and you know, the bottoms are the same and everything, and you know, we do a lot of our training off the field. We're not in spikes, so they definitely do help me perform.
They're a very comfortable shoe and very easy for mobility and also maneuvering around.
Yeah, lateral movements, great. I feel like you're kind of wearing socks.
Ah, good.
That's good, but yeah, definitely everything I need to do. You know, shoes definitely perform.
We were told by the development team that when they brought you down to the studio for the motion capture sessions, you had to wear a tight black suit with tiny white ping pong balls all over you. What was that?
Yeah, a little embarrassing. Definitely not a flattering suit for me to wear, but yeah, I started to get comfortable. You know, I was working with the game, you know, the guys, the developers and things like that, doing normal movements that I would on a baseball field, and I started to feel a lot more comfortable. Then all of a sudden, they brought in all the media, so I'm like, this is a little embarrassing, but we got through it. And, I had a lot of fun doing it. So.
All right, let's talk a little Twins baseball. What are your thoughts about this ball club this year?
Excited, you know, definitely excited. You know, we've had a couple bumps in the road, but you know, we had a big win last night. It's good to be home in front of the fans. Definitely back at Target Field, which is amazing. Fans come out there, really create a great atmosphere for us. So back at it tonight, and it's good to be home.
Good. Now, what's your training ritual like on and off the field? Talk a little bit about how you prepare yourself for an upcoming season, and then when the season starts, what are some of the training things you have to do?
Well, the off season, it's pretty busy, depending on whether you're dealing with an injury from the year. Normally, if you're feeling healthy, you have to take a little time off. It's a long season, it wears on you a little bit. But, you know, ideally I'd probably take about 2 weeks off and then get back right into training and get ready for the next season. But, you know, like today, I'm leaving right from here to go to the ballpark to get ready for a game tonight. So they're full days, but, you know, it's definitely a lot of fun.
Tell us a little bit about Joe. Have you ever had a nickname? And if you've ever had a nickname, who gave it to you?
I had a lot of nicknames. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, a lot of them. Where do I start? You know, when I first came up, you know, I was 20 years old, so everybody started calling me the kid.
Yeah.
Things like that. But yeah, there's a lot of them. Some of them I can't even say. But
now you have the two brothers, Billy and Jake. Jake is in baseball, managing the Fort Myers Miracle, and Billy's in the car business. What was it like with the three of you growing up? Because all three of you played a lot of sports, didn't you?
We did, yeah. We had some pretty intense wiffle ball matches in the backyard. My brother Bill, middle brother, he was a pitcher. My oldest brother Jake, he played everywhere. And you know, there's three of us, so we'd have the pitcher and the hitter playing against each other, and I started out as a catcher. And so you're the catcher umpire, and most of the time, you know, my brothers would get in an argument, I wouldn't get to play, so I was a little frustrated with that. But we played a lot and, you know, enjoyed doing it.
Tell us a little bit, if you will. You were a basketball player in high school at Cretin. You were a football player, and a baseball player. How did baseball become the chosen sport for Joe Mauer?
Well, I think it's just been kind of our favorite as a family. You know, my two older brothers played. Those guys didn't play football, you know, but I love football. I love basketball, but it was always a family thing. You know, my grandparents played, my dad, my mom, everybody. So it's just always been our family. And as I got older, I think I started to appreciate the game of baseball a lot more.
Okay, and then lastly, Joe, what do you think of Target Field, and do you miss the Metrodome at all?
I love Target Field. The only thing I miss about the Metrodome is that it was, you know, the same every time. You know, you get on a program and you know you're going to play at 7, you know, and things like that. But obviously, you can't get much better at Target Field. You know, it's baseball's meant to be played outside, and that's what we're doing, and that's what we want to do.
And could you tell us about some of the favorite things that you like to do in Minnesota? Born and bred here, so what do you like about the state of Minnesota, and what do you do for your leisure time outside of baseball?
Well, when we did it, you know, last few years I started getting into fishing and hunting and kind of things like that. But yeah, definitely during the summer I like to do a lot of fishing, and you know, wish I had more time to do it. But you know, that's how that is.
You're very, very close to your family. Your mom and dad follow your baseball career very closely, as do your brothers. And I think your mom and dad have been very influential in your upbringing and making sure that you're doing the right things in your life.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think everybody probably says, you know, world's best mom, world's best dad. But you know, love my parents. They're at every home game, along with my grandparents, which is great. So yeah, definitely been real lucky to have them in my life.
These young men and young women right here would like to grow up and be a Joe Mauer. They'd like to play professional baseball or professional softball and have an opportunity. What advice would you give to these kids here today as they start their baseball careers?
Well, just to have fun. You know, I played all three sports all the way up until a senior in high school, and I see a lot of kids specialize at a really young age. And you know, I just encourage everybody to go out there and be a kid. You know, it doesn't last very long, and go out there and have fun. And if it's something you want to do, you know, work hard at it and you know, keep at it. You know, I'm from Minnesota. You know, a lot of people think that, you know, Minnesota kids they can't play baseball, but we can play baseball up here.
Yeah.
And you know, you can do it. Just stick with it and work hard.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Joe Mauer, the Minnesota Twins.